日本人ではないよバカでもないよ毎月何回も日本語式ラララ
Hello everyone! So welcome to NihongoShiki, which is a new series I'm trying because so many people have asked for help learning Japanese, so I figured I'd just go ahead and dive right in and do my best to try to teach you. For this series, I'm mostly going to focus on actual useful Japanese that you could use in conversation with someone when you go to Japan, because I honestly really don't like textbook learning, so I figured this method will be best. For the first episode, I'm going to teach you how to introduce yourself and say your name in the three main ways you'll do it. There's the casual, there's the normal, and then there's the very formal. So the first one is casual, and to say that, it's simply your name desu. So meari desu would be my version. So the first bit is your name, whatever it is. Preferably said in that katakana format. If you need help translating your name into katakana, just run a Google search, and I'm sure something on the internet can help you. The next part, desu, probably most of you already know, it just means it is. So literally you're just saying, it's Mary. So you'd use that when someone says like, oh, what's your name, if you're like filling in a form or something, or they want to confirm something, or if you're just being really casual and you're with friends, you can just go, Mary desu, no big deal. So the second one is the normal. This is the one you're going to use to introduce yourself to most people you're going to meet. So in my case, it's watashi wa meari desu. So it's very, very similar to the last one. We only added watashi wa, which is literally I am. Like wa is the subject marker. It's a particle that will mark what the subject of your sentence is. So in this case, watashi wa meari desu. So literally it means I marry it is. It doesn't make much sense when you translate Japanese. Literally, I'm really sorry. But this one more accurately reads, I am Mary. So it's slightly more polite than just saying Mary desu. You'd use this to introduce yourself to just about anyone. You can use it for coworkers, you can use it for people lower than you can use it for friends, you can use it whenever you want. The last one, the formal type, is watashi wa meari efura to moshimasu. So, in this case, you use it to introduce yourself to someone higher than you. Like, I recently met the governor of Fukushima City, and I use this to introduce myself because he's of a much higher status than me. I also tend to use this when I first introduce myself to coworkers, or if I'm introducing myself to my school's principal, anything like that. So the change here is we've still got watashi wa, that hasn't changed. This time I use my full name, which is meari efura, and then I changed the desu to to moshimasu. To is a different particle. In this case, it's just what you use with this particular phrase and this particular verb. I can go into more detail about these particles in a later episode. The verb moshimasu is a polite, very formal verb meaning to be called. So this sentence literally means, I am called Mary Effler. This one would sound a little weird if you tried to use it with, like, if I'm introducing myself to my students, I wouldn't introduce myself as, to moshimasu, because they would think it's a little strange for me to be kind of kowtowing to my students. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Special points for this one, you'll notice when I wrote my full name, in between the Mary and the Effler, I included a little dot. This is used pretty much only in foreign names, and it differentiates where your first name is from your last name, because otherwise Japanese people kind of have a hard time reading your name and knowing where one part of their name stops and the other part begins. And lastly, If you want to finish off any of the three introductions, you can simply say yoroshiku onegaishimasu, and you typically bow when you say it too. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu literally means please be kind to me, but it basically just means, nice to meet you. Whenever people do their whole self-introduction and they go through the whole spiel of their name and their hobbies and all that other nonsense, you generally end everything with yoroshiku onegaishimasu. It's kind of a signal to people also that you're done talking about yourself and that they can now move on and ask other questions. All together today, we've learned the casual form, meari desu. We've learned the normal form, which is watashi wa meari desu. And the formal form, which is watashi wa meari afura to moshimasu. And finally, the it's nice to meet you with yoroshiku onegaishimasu. That does it for today's episode. I know we didn't cover much ground, but hopefully it's a good start. If you have any advice or comments or things that you'd like to see in future installments of this, please just leave me a comment and let me know. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you again. Bye now!